Game 2, should have been game 2. It is game number 1 of night number 6 of the Chemist Warehouse WNBL season is here on KO Sports. It is a bit of a strange old night. This should have been the second of a double header, but it is just the one. We'll chat about that in just a second. But this game, Townsville against the Sydney Uni Flames, brings us two teams who have had an up and down start to the season, but it is an evenly poised matchup. Jordan Canellis with you, and with me, Tracy Browning, former WNBL champion and former Opal, here on KO Sports. Tracy, it is a strange night, but we do have WNBL after all.
Yeah, look, we've got a great game coming up tonight. It is a strange night, but as you said, we'll get to that a bit later. But two teams tonight that are quite evenly matched, Townsville and Sydney. Townsville had a narrow loss to the Caps last week by 10, and you know, they had their chances to win it, and there was a superb battle of the backcourt in Hill and Nicholson against Jade Melbourne and Maddie Rocci, just superb to watch. And Sydney, look, they're a team that are they've played the top two teams the first couple of games, Boomers and the Flyers. No disgrace to lose to those teams, and they would have learned a lot from that, so I'm expecting them to come out aggressively tonight. Let's
have a look at the starting fives for these two teams. Townsville are the home side, and this is the first real proper home game that they've had for the season, playing at Townsville Stadium. The starting five, Mansfield, Schwagmeyer, Belger, Scherf and Burton and Maley for Sydney, and for Townsville, Lauren Nicholson starts at the guard, Shyla Hill as well, Mia Murray, Nadine Payne and Megan Mackay for the home side. And then, as I said, the Sydney Uni Flames, who have started the season all right. It's been a little wobbly though for the Sydney Uni Flames, having to play the two Melbourne sides first up. Lauren Mansfield's Schwagmeyer, Belger, Maley, Scherf and Burton are the starting five for the Sydney Uni Flames. Which team do you reckon has the best balance as we get underway? It is through fire and flames. Here we go, Townsville and Sydney Uni in Townsville. Who's your tip tonight, Tracy?
I don't know. I think, you know what? I think I might go Sydney tonight.
So Townsville through Heel. Here's Payne. Tried to kick it out. Almost nipping in there was Maley. Early fly for Townsville off the ring. They'll come back out as they get the early board.
And we're looking forward to seeing Shyla Hill again tonight. She had a ripper game last week. And there we see a trademark straight down the middle of the key. Easy lay-in for Shyla Hill first up.
Lovely stuff from Shyla Hill. She'll be one to watch this evening. Townsville with the first score on the board.
Townsville will no doubt come out in pretty aggressive defence, which has been their trademark their first few games. So looking forward to some aggression.
Here's Scherf. Burton gives it back to Scherf, who lets fly from outside. It's a good early start for Sydney. Hill brings it down. Payne. Central again. Hill guarded closely. She's in a cul-de-sac.
That's great scrapping defence there from Annalie Maley, and I'm sure we're going to see plenty of that tonight.
Chemist Warehouse WNBL season. We are at night number 6. Townsville coming in with a 1-on-1 record. 1 and 2 for the Sydney Uni Flames. A battle between 5th and 6th on the Chemist Warehouse ladder. They're expecting a pretty solid crowd as well, as you can see in the back. Of course, everyone's socially distanced. Comes out, Nicholson wanted to go.
And this is Townsville's first home game of the season tonight, so they'll be looking for some good home crowd support, and there's no doubt that as many people as they can fit into the stadium due to COVID restrictions will be there.
Here go the Flames through Schwagmeyer Belger. Brings it down the floor. Maley. Looking for an opening. It's good defence to start by the Fire. Keeping things really tight. Haven't been able to get it inside the three-point line yet, have the Flames. So Schwagmeyer Belger has a go off the iron as the board lights up.
Schwagmeyer's been shooting the rock really well. She's shooting at 16 points per game, so she's going to keep taking those.
Heel kicks it out to Nicholson, who wants the left-handed roll, and she gets it.
Beautiful soft touch there on the roll off the glass for Nicholson. Great start.
Flames, just the 1 3-pointer to begin. Maley out to Schwagmeyer-Belger again. There's the double team at the top of the 3-point arc, and they've come up with the stop of the fire. Heel, it was a little heavy. Mia Murray couldn't bring it under her spell.
Too much on the pass there.
Match up between two, relatively speaking, inexperienced coaches. Shannon Seabohm has coached for a couple of seasons. Katrina Hibbert for Sydney's in her 2nd season. Compared to some of the other coaches around the league, though, they have two of the more inexperienced resumes. As Heel let go off the ring.
Oh, great pass.
Excellent stuff underneath in the low post, and they get it up and in. Sydney.
Great job there by Burton. She's started to make her mark offensively in the last couple of games, so we should see a big night from her tonight.
Top scored in the last matchup. Nat Burton with 12 points in the loss against Southside. Nicholson goes around, out to Murray, has a fly.
Oh, great O-boards there by Nicholson.
Has it stolen away from her, though, and down the other end goes Schwagmeyer-Belger and makes the most of it.
Schwagmeyer's making the most. She's relishing her starting opportunity this season. She was voted the best 6th man in the league last year, and now she's stepped up into the starting 5 and just loving it.
Heel into Payne. Now Mackay, top of the key. Heel kicks it out. Payne's in space, has a pop and drains it.
Good vision there by Heel. Nadine Payne has been a great support the last few games, stepping in off the bench and making those tough buckets.
Mansfield, one of the co-captains of Sydney. Into Scherf, who wants to drive inside. She lays it up, and that's wonderfully done.
Lauren Scherf, we're expecting a big season from her this year. She's still developing her game. She's still only 24, and a huge three from Heel.
Around the back from Heel, and then let fly from downtown.
And that's what we expect from Shiloh. We'd love to see that. We saw plenty of that last week.
It's been a hot start. The Townsville Fire started well. The Flames just lagged a little bit, but now they're going shot for shot in the opening few minutes of this first quarter.
Charlotte Heel up to 5 points.
Lovely spin. Schwagmeyer-Belger kicks it out to the near side for Burton. Good take, gets to the inside. Can't repeat the dose though. Gets the boards, and the putback is good for Sydney.
Annalie Maley crashing those boards. She got 12 big boards against the Flyers last week against her old team, so she's fired up for tonight.
Payne combative on the inside, throws it up, gets it in. And there'll be some extras here.
And this is great when Nadine Payne makes these shots. She plays such a good role for Townsville, and they're expecting her to score quite a bit tonight.
Just the 10 points in her first 2 games, Nadine Payne. She started well, and even better with the and one. All the inbounds, they've given it up here. Sydney, Payne can go back for more. She hits the underside of the backboard, but she will go again to the line.
Unfortunate turnover there for Sydney, and the foul, sending Townsville to the line.
Second personal foul substitution for the Union Flames. Coming in is number 40, Carly Berg.
Carly Bogue comes on for Sydney. Off goes Burton.
Hands up, Townsville. Here we go.
Had the early nerve settler before from the stripe. Payne.
She's looking good early, Payne.
Very good, 100%.
Up to 7 points.
So a bit of an early buffer here for the Fire. Schwagmeyer-Belger darting around. Mansfield. Scherf out to Maley. A little move. She gets a yard, tries to drive, throws it up, it rolls in.
A great little move there, but unfortunately the Fire's defence was just too good and there was nowhere to go.
Offensive foul call on number 24, Annalie Maley.
Fair call from the referees.
No basket registered.
Yeah, I think so.
Fire ball from the side.
We're going to see a lot more of that driving to the hoop, though, from Annalie Maley. She's athletic, she's aggressive, she's dynamic. Looking forward to the rest of this game.
Good opportunity for her in this team as well. There's a couple of spots open and perhaps up for grabs in this Sydney team, and she started well, Annalie Maley. So Charlotte Hill continues on after that score didn't count before after the foul. Payne to the inside, drops it down from Mackay, who puts it in off the glass.
Great look by Payne there. She's bringing others into the game as well. She's having a big impact in this first quarter.
Mansfield to Bogue. Schwagmeyer-Belger. Maley offers up. Bogue throws it up just off the front of the iron. Foul called. Townsville already starting to open up a little buffer here. 6-point leads past the halfway mark of the first quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the court for the first time, number 3, Stephanie Reid, for your team, the JCU Townsville.
And Sydney will want to make sure that they don't let the Fire get too far in front in this first quarter. Try to peg this lead back a little bit.
Schwagmeyer-Belger, nowhere to go. Being guarded closely here by Reeds. Mansfields to Scherf. Didn't go. And the quick counter here from Townsville. Reeds tries to dart inside, outside, but puts it up.
Great move, Steph Reid, and it's so good to see her getting some minutes this season. She had limited opportunities with the Flyers last year, and she's a great little player, and she's going to show people a thing or two. Great move.
They've got some good depth at the guard position, don't they, the Townsville Fire, with Nicholson and Heel starting tonight, but Steph Reid has already shown great signs coming into the Townsville side this season.
Yeah, and they've got Kate Gaze to throw into that guard rotation as well. She saw limited minutes on Sunday, but hoping she's going to get out there tonight and do her stuff.
So it's a bright start for Townsville as we take the first time out of the match. A game that was viewed as being evenly poised. Townsville have shown good signs already. They've only played the 2 games to start the season, but in their first game against Perth and even in their loss a couple of days ago to Canberra, there's a lot to like about this Fire team.
There is a lot to like, and the locals will be loving this. They're young and they're well coached by Shannon Seaborn. Like, I know he said he wasn't as experienced as some of the others, but he's been around basketball for a long time. He was an ex-NBL player before. He was on the Dragons roster in 2007 before he had that heart problem, and he's full-time coaching. So he's got these girls playing the way he wants them to.
What do you reckon that message is like there from Katrina Hibbert?
She was saying, let's try and chip away at this lead. Let's play some good D. And I know she was working hard on defence this week with the Flames. So some good old-fashioned aggressive defence would be the message here.
Let's go Townsville. Let's go. Let's go Townsville. Let's go.
Flames have it.
Let's go Townsville. Let's go.
Reid again riding Mansfield close. Schwagmeyer-Belger.
Let's go Townsville. Let's go.
Little pass dropped over the top from Greaves. Now Mansfield. Again, they're finding it very difficult to get inside the 3-point line to find those avenues. The defence holding up superbly well for the Townsville Fire to start off.
Good job, Fire fans.
Reid brings it down the floor. Nicholson looking for an avenue. Flings it out. Finds a teammate driving in. Woods.
Good aggressive drive to the hoop there by Woods, drawing the foul, getting herself to the foul line.
A hands foul of number 32, Alison Schwagmeyer, her first personal foul.
Sydney were probably a little slow there in the split line D and the help defence. Probably could have maybe cut that off.
4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 5 turnovers already for the Sydney Uni Flames. Woods makes the first count. And the second drops in with a bit of luck as well. So already a 10-point lead for the Fire. What can Sydney try and do? Heavy foul here and a slight bit of argy-bargies in the back.
Just a little bit.
Number 7, Courtney Woods, her second personal foul.
How crucial is Lauren Mansfield tonight to Sydney?
She's very crucial, and she needs to find her range earlier, I think, and she's perhaps hasn't scored as much as she usually does in the first couple of games, but once she finds her range and gets her eye in, she's going to be a danger.
Already that's Woods' second foul of the night.
Hey, Townsville, we can do better than that. Come on, let's go.
Mansfield second from the stripe. Good work.
Substitution for your team, the JCU Townsville.
It's always good to get your eye in from the foul line early if you can.
Some of the pressure coming back the other way here from Sydney. Heel directing traffic. Nicholson's on the end around on the baseline. They go out to the opposite side instead to Reeds. Heel now. Couldn't quite work the pick and roll with Focoso. Nicholson instead drives, and the layup is beautiful.
Beautiful right-hand layup on that drive by Nicholson.
Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty, Bert. That's pretty.
Restores that 10-point lead.
Continue with a good defense.
Focoso almost thought she had the steal there. Comes out to Bogue instead. Plenty of air in that one. Makes it count.
And she was left wide open there, so she may as well shoot it.
Payne. Here's Okoso. And now Heel. Plenty of defensive pressure. And that's a good steal from Sydney. Nakasoglu nipped in. And now Maley trying to drive around, but little Steph Reed stood up on the baseline.
Yeah, the quick hands of Steph Reed there, just a little bit too quick for Maley.
Have to make this end count after they stop Townsville on their foray. Nakasoglu, who's good from range, throws it up. First doesn't go for the night for her. Here comes Reeds. Heel to her outside. Shyla Heel. Mansfield on the guard over the top. Payne in space. Makes the most.
Payne again for a big three. She's come out firing tonight and really ready to play.
The Flames had committed the double team to Shyla Heel and left Payne in space. Drops 3 points, and she's the first to double digits tonight. 11 already for Nadine Payne. Greaves got a hand in there. Is it Tina Okoso? Gives that one away.
And as we were saying the other night, it's great to see Akuso back in the league after 12 months out with that ACL injury. And just with more game time and more minutes, she's going to get better and better over the course of this season.
Shanae Greaves shooting from the stripe, former Boomers player. Second one not so good. Here's Reeves. Again, they leave a player open in space outside the three-point line. This time it wouldn't go, though, for Townsville. And so Sydney here through Schwagmeyer-Belger. Greaves again. Mansfield having to back away. Inside goes Greaves, plenty of power on the drive. Draws the foul.
They tried to get the two-man game going there on the weak side, and Greaves saw the gap, straight to it, great pass, draws the foul.
So they're picking up a couple of free throw opportunities here, Sydney. This will be their third visit to the line. Sinead Greaves, the Victorian, makes the second count with a minute to go in the first quarter. Starting to carve into that Townsville leads. Going out to 10 points a few minutes ago in this first term. Reed's been busy since she's come on, looking alive. Nicholson lets go, rolls off the iron.
There wasn't a bad offence then. Nicholson's got to keep taking those shots. She was wide open. He's got to keep taking them until they drop.
Mansfield pulls up, it looked all right. Came off the back of the ring. Makasoglu kicks it out. Now it's Christina Bogue who's on the floor. The offensive boards from her sister doesn't go. Both Bogues had a crack at it. And again, though, they are drawing a contact in their front half.
Do you think Bogue could have laid that up with her left hand on the left-hand side, maybe?
Probably. Mansfield's.
Oh, good hands there by Hill. Get the steal. And a good block. Don't think Hill's very happy with that call. Let's have another look. Oh, might have got a bit of arm there the last minute.
Hang on, guys, it's really wet just here.
Halt the play here to get the floor cleaned up.
Is going fast so help North Queensland Neurology support those with Parkinson's disease.
8.6 seconds left on the clock.
What's the play here?
Where are they going to go to?
Last play of the first quarter. Shyla Hill with the inbounds. Payne's been good from out long. Nicholson's pretty good as well. Pulls up for the two. Off the buckets. Quick counter maybe. I won't get the time. End of the first. Townsville. 7-point lead at quarter time. It was a very lively start, Tracy Browning. Chemist Warehouse WNBL season. This single game tonight, the first of the only game, should have been the second of two. We'll chat about that at half-time, but the Townsville Fire opened up a pretty good lead, and they kept that lead going, shooting at 60%.
Yeah, they've come out ready to play. Nadine Payne with 11 points, top scored, and Shyla Hill has 5 and Laura Nicholson has 4. They've definitely come out aggressively and pushing the ball up the floor at every opportunity, taking advantage of Sydney. Have been a bit slow on defence, especially the help defence in the key, the defensive end. So, yeah, they deserve this lead, and let's see if Sydney can come back and peg that back in the second quarter. 6
turnovers in the first quarter from the Flames compared to the 3 from the Fire. That's something they've got to iron out.
Yeah, totally, and that's something that Katrina Hibbert will be speaking about, no doubt, this time out.
Let's have a listen to what Shannon Seabom says at quarter time.
Nothing shows, get all the way to the back end, right? So you set that back kick, now you're getting your hand off, and then we'll twist into on ball and play with the floor spread, right? Hey, but just remember, right, we get good shots, nail them, right? But if they're closing out like you, right, they close you long, right, attack, you draw help, pitch to the shooters, right? If not, on the rim, draw fouls, get to the free throw line. Hey, really good start, girls, we're going to keep it going. Let them go.
I think Shannon was talking about just basic X's and O's there. If the shot's there, take it. If it's not there, if you get closed out, drive in, dish, dump to the open man. Easy bucket.
What was the messaging in the lead up to this game from Katrina Hibbert from the Sydney Uni Flames perspective?
Yeah, I did speak to Katrina Hibbert yesterday, and she said, look, they're a new group, they're still working together, and they're working on putting 4 quarters together, and she's really happy with the couple of last games they had. And she had a lot of positives coming out of the Boomers game and the Flyers games. They've learned a lot from that, and so hopefully they come out tonight and try and put into practice what they've learned.
Sydney's second game in Townsville. First came back in their first game against the Boomers, 85-70 in that loss. 7-point leads here at the start of the seconds for Townsville, the home sides, at their home stadium. Sydney, good start early.
That's what they want to start this quarter.
Bogue knocks down the 3. Shyla Hill against Lauren Mansfield. Nicholson. Now Mackay wanting to find Payne, but the defence is good here from Sydney.
Yep, Flames have stepped up the intensity for sure.
Hill from long, bounces out. Bogue gets the pick up. Nakasoglu drives it down, look away pass. I think it might have caught a deflection on the way through.
Flames have started out the right way. They're playing aggressive defence. They're trying to push the ball up the floor. We'll see more of it.
Murray. It's a good incisive pass into Nicholson, who opens up a bit of space.
Oh, great poise there from Nicholson. Beautiful finishing touch.
She might have thought for a moment she was outmanoeuvred and out-positioned, but she made it work. Little dive back in. Mansfield lets go. Offensive rebound from Bogue. Again, the putback doesn't work for Carly Bogue.
It hurts when you miss those shots so close.
Nakasoglu from 3-point range. Again, her second attempt bounces off the bucket. She was clinical in the opening games. She was 1 from 6 though in the last. Nakasoglu from 3. Shyla Hill draws the contacts.
It's another great drive to the bucket from Shyla Hill, drawing the foul, getting herself back to the foul line.
First personal foul at the free throw line. Shyla Hill. Substitution for the Sydney Flames.
Converted every free throw so far, Townsville. 5 from 5. It's Christina Bogue coming off. First from Hill. And the second as well goes. 7 points for Shyla Hill. Nadine Payne still leading the way with 11. Here's Maley. Off to Scherf.
That's a nice shot by Scherf, and Sydney would want to try and work the ball into her, get her open a little bit more and bring her into the game.
Payne. Good passing to Mackay. This one went against Mackay.
Is that a little walk there, was it?
Perhaps. Didn't quite spot it, to be fair. Bit of contact from Shyla Hill. It's been a very close and combative matchup so far at the guard position with Shyla Hill and Lauren Mansfield.
We've been treated to a few backcourt duos in the last few games. It's a battle of the backcourt, and it's just been fantastic to watch, especially with some of the rookies coming in, like Jade Melbourne taking it to the veterans. It's been fantastic.
As we get the court cleaned up. 6-point lead for Townsville, so Sydney have made a few inroads on carving back that game-high 10-point back in the first quarter.
And that was a great look there by Maley, finding Scherf for the easy reverse layup.
7 points for Scherf. She leads the way as far as the Flames are concerned. Murray into Payne. Took a little deflection on the way out.
Perhaps a little bit of an ambitious pass there as well.
Does that mean that ball's dirty now? And can we have the ball back or not? I don't even know. Oh my gosh, I said that.
Went to the drinks table.
I said it.
And here we see Townsville up in their aggressive trapping defence.
She tumbleweeds roll
Mansfield, not much on offer down the court for her, just her and Scherf. Now to Bogue, into Scherf again. That was a sharp pass. Won't go for Scherf. Schwagmeyer-Belger's there. The putback again from Scherf. Had plenty of looks, the Flames, and then it all goes tumbling down.
Just couldn't quite make the easy lay in there. Had a couple of attempts. The second effort's good though.
Gritty work from Townsville. This game already, we're a quarter and a bit in to the first half, and there's been bodies hitting the floor.
Well, I think there's been bodies hitting the floor in all of these games, which is just remarkable considering the small recovery time that these girls have between each game. That every game's been hard fought, tough, aggressive. The physicality's been there. Loving it. Didn't quite get all the sweat up.
Right on those lines, right on the paint is where it gets most slippery. 13 rebounds to 8 for the Sydney Uni Flames so far. 8 offensive rebounds, which is good work, I guess, but also goes to show how many chances they have had that haven't gone in.
Yeah, they've missed quite a few easy shots under the bucket there. And look, it's great second effort. They're getting the O-boards, but just not able to finish off. Having a bit of trouble there with that floor. All right, here we go.
At Sydney's end, Schwagmeyer-Belger, long way out. Mansfield trying to work her way past Heel. Lovely pass underneath for Bogue. Couldn't bring it under her spell, though.
Great defence there from Hill. Didn't give her any space at all and forced the turnover.
Trying to work the screen with Payne. Drives inside Hill. Lost it on the way through. Draws the contacts.
That's her bread and butter, Hill. Like, she's so good at driving the lanes there. Just got a quick hand in there, I think it was from Bogue.
Hill got it from Mackay. Nicholson again driving underneath the bucket. This time it doesn't go for her. That has been a successful shot so far tonight. Schwagmeyer-Belger. Scherf leading the way on the scoreboard with 9 for Sydney. Around the back.
And that's a big three from Scherf.
Audacious effort. This time the putback does go. Annalie Maley makes it work. Timeout calls.
And there we see Annalie Maley doing what she does best, pulling those big boards in and knocking it back down.
And all of a sudden, it's just a 2-point lead now for Townsville. So as much as we've spoken about Sydney and some of the opportunities they've missed, they're going at 45% across all field goals, 10 from 22. Townsville Fire have also been stopped at their end a couple of times, and now it's just a 2-point ball game.
I think Sydney lifted their defensive intensity there that last couple of minutes, which I'm sure would have been the instruction from Katrina Hibbert in their last time out. So it's worked for them, and they just got to keep doing it, keep plugging away.
9 offensive rebounds to 4 among the rebounds that we see there. So they've had the better of the front court. Have Sydney.
And Lauren Scherf's doing a great job with 9 points. And I think Sydney might probably want to do a little bit better job of getting the ball into her, getting her open, maybe a bit of two-man game, getting it down on the low block.
A few last words from the coach.
Hey Tim, have you got any of those Donald Trump moves to YMCA? I mean, he was busted out. I can see you bust out the YMCA.
All right, here we see Sydney up full court pressure. Almost a little steal there by Maley.
Heel long down the floor to Nicholson. Shyla Hill again.
Great double
Space.
screen there. Great double screen there off the high post.
Wonderfully done by Shyla. That's good stuff.
Wide open and knocked it down.
Schwagmeyer-Belger. Mansfield open up a little path for her. Gets it back again. Schwagmeyer-Belger, low post, up and in.
Great little spin move there by Schwagmeyer.
Shyla Hill. Trying to cross Mansfield over. Out to Payne, into Okusu. Given away, stolen back. Schwagmeyer-Belger can drive inside the paint again, and it goes.
What a play there by Schwagmeyer. Got the steal at the other end, then went end to end for the easy layup.
And now Woods from range, putting on a show.
Courtney Woods is young. She's come in and played some decent minutes and made some valuable contributions. Good to see.
All 32 points for the Flames have come from inside the paints. Maley's contributed to a bit of that as well. She has 4 points. That one won't go.
There's quite a bit going on off the ball out there at the moment.
It's a heated battle, 35 to 32. Carving their way back in now, Sydney.
Look, both these teams know that they've got an opportunity to win this game, so it's very physical. And let's just hope that no one gets into foul trouble too early.
Nicholson and Woods have the 2 fouls so far. And 2 for the quarter for Townsville.
A lot of bodies being strewn around on the floor at the moment.
Yeah.
Those floor wipers are working pretty hard down that end.
Sydney's ball. Nakasoglu. Into Scherf, backing up to Okusu.
And that's a great move from Scherf. Just couldn't finish it, unfortunately.
Stolen back, though, by Sydney. Bogue to Nakasoglu. Throws it up with the right hands. The putback from Scherf, second time around, made successful.
And that's a better putback there from Scherf. She had a couple of offensive rebounds in that last play. Couldn't get it to go. Finally made the last one.
Here goes Hill, 4 against 1. Kicks it out to Reed. Lets fly, drops it in.
Great vision there by Hill, seeing Reed, the open man on the weak side. And Steph knocks it in. She loves a 3-point shot, Steph Reed, and she can nail those. Such a bonus when her shots go in.
Yeah, if you can get your little guard shooting from the corner and knocking down threes, always a bonus for that man, Shannon Seabom and his team, the Townsville Fire.
Well, I think when so much of the focus defensively is on Hill and Nicholson, and then you've got Reed that can come in and nail those as well, it's just a bonus.
A lot of output tonight from Schwagmeyer-Belger, running the floor for Sydney. Trying to twist Reed inside and out, but Reed again, dogged with her guard. Scherf. Schwagmeyer-Belger struggling to find a space, opens up the yards, won't go. Reeds back out to Hill, again pulls up from 3. That one's aired out.
I think there might have been a hand on that as well.
9 points for Shyla Hill so far tonight. Has also already provided 4 assists for her team. Here goes Sydney. Through Nakasoglu, directing the traffic. Calls Bogue to go forwards. Schwagmeyer-Belger. Out to Maley, who throws it up.
Maley can shoot those threes. She can make those, so she's got to keep taking them.
Steph Reed inside for Okuso. Picks it back up and puts it back up.
Good scrap there from Akuso. Made the easy bucket. Hopefully that'll give her a bit more confidence. She's missed a couple of easy shots. Gets her on the scoreboard.
17 points from her first two games, Zatina Okuso.
Yeah, she's got a big future, and I know lots of people were looking forward to seeing her play this season after being out last season. Everybody loves the way she plays. She brings a lot of physicality and gets it done on D. So she'll get better and better every game, like I said before.
Mansfield here. Mainly here. Mansfield's guard zone. Okay, pop it. Dribble across. Funde, he's circling off. Not Loz. So Loz has got the ball. Mansfield, you're meeting here. You two, Carly. Bailey, you're going to come down, set the screen. Kick it, come off hard. All right, one bounce, and it should be just a skip for a 3. All right? So they're probably going to be a hard shot. They're going to go quick enough that they can't get to the hard shot. Let's go. We are.
How do you interpret Katrina Hibbett's message?
From what I can make out of that, I think they're running a play for a 3. I couldn't quite hear what she said at the end there.
Maybe we should put in Jim Carey.
Nadine Payne leading the way with 11 points. Lauren Scherf has met her at the same tally.
Oh, no.
Stolen back by Heel, lays it up over the back of the shoulder.
A great lay-in by Hill, but what a costly turnover from Sydney there. They won't want too many more of those.
Right off the back of Townsville scoring before the timeout. Double whammy. Carly Bode gets the handle back. Scherf into Mansfield. Guarded by Reed. Bogue again, trying to drive past Payne. Good little pass. The clock runs out.
Ran out of time. They got through their offense well then, so if they just keep working on it, keep getting the ball through different sets of hands, finding the open man, it'll all start to open up for them.
Hill finding a bit of space. Reeds bounces off the bucket. The Fire 41, the Flames 34. Less than 3 minutes to go in this second term. Maley stands. Mansfield. The Flames trailing by 7. Nakasoglu shoulders her way through. Unable to get it to go.
That was a tough move there, but just couldn't get it to drop.
Payne's hit a couple from this range. Reeds skipping around on the stripe. Tried to put it up, and we'll get the free throws.
Reed's got great handles on the ball there. Great little move. Little fake, drew the defence, got herself to the line.
Trying to twist Annalie Maley inside and out. Steph Reeds into the Townsville side this season after playing 2 seasons with the Southside Flyers. Dandenong Rangers at the time that she was there.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is kind of going to be a bit of a breakout season for Steph. She's been on a few team rosters for a few years now, and this is her time to really step up and make the most of her opportunities and show everyone what she can do.
It's a yo-yoing scoreboard. Townsville again by 9. Schwagmeyer Belger. Scherf standing all by herself from long range. Flushes it.
If you're open, take it. Great shot.
Here's Heel. Kicks it out. Reeds. Okuso backing up. Long range effort, that's good as well. Shyla Heel up to 11 points for the teenager.
And it's easy to forget she's still only 19. She's still a baby.
Good pass to the inside here for Sydney. Again, more points from the paint. Again, more for Lauren Scherf. She's up to 13. Reeds into Payne, throws it up, bounces out. Couple of seconds remaining. Schwagmeyer Belger needs to make it count. Drives to the inside, lays it up and in.
That's a great drive there from Schwagmeyer.
Heel. Heel again. Shot clock running down. 3 seconds. Caruso, good defense from Schwagmeyer Belger. Got the hand in.
Almost a great pass there to Caruso under the hoop. Just didn't quite come off. Good look. All right, so it's a 4-point ball game, 11 seconds to go. It's good to see Lauren Scherf hit the scoreboard this game. I think Sydney, if they're going to be a legitimate chance to make the finals or think they've got a chance, then Lauren Scherf has to step up and take the mantle with the scoring.
Scherf with 13 points. Schwagmeyer Belger hitting the scoreboard with 8. It's been intriguing watching the forwards. Katrina Hibbert. See if we can listen in. Just facing away from us. The forwards have had a lot of luck though for the Sydney Uni Flames. Got off to a bit of a slow start, but the Bogue sisters and Lauren Scherf, along with Annalie Maley, dipping both inside and out, have been the liveliest of the types.
And that's probably due to Townsville's aggressive defence early in that first quarter. They weren't giving them any space to get their offensive sets run. So the Sydney have managed to come back, and now it's 4 points of difference, and let's see what they can do. Oh, it's Townsville ball, sorry.
Have to be quick here. Reed puts it up.
Good
Caruso.
pass.
The putback. Only the 1 second on the shot clock. And Caruso pulled up, got it in. Schwagmeyer Belger, maybe for the last points, and she answers back.
And another end-to-end play from Schwagmeyer.
Well, thrilling end to the first half. And after Townsville got out to about 10 points in the first quarter, they now lead by 4 points at half-time. It's Townsville 47 to the Flames 43 at the main break.
That's 2 huge plays in a row there in that last 10 seconds.
So there you go, the first half in the books at Townsville with the Fire leading 47 to 43. Chemist Warehouse WNBL season. The only game tonight, we'll chat about that in a second, with the Southside Lightning game postponed for now, as will a couple of the Lightning's matches in the week ahead. Paul Maley will be with us in a second, but Tracy Browning here at half-time. It's been a combative first half, and I've very much enjoyed watching this contest between the Fire and the Flames. The Fire got out to that early lead. The Flames have just chiselled their way back in over the course of the first half, as we have a look at the Chemist Warehouse highlights from the first half.
Yeah, look, it's been a fantastic first half from both teams, really, and it's been great to see. You know, Shyla Hill comes out again with 13 points, and she's fairly solid and very consistent, but it's fantastic to see Nadine Payne come out with 11 points in the first half, playing great, as we see here. One of 3 or 4 layups there from Schwagmeyer. Some great three-point shooting as well.
Who's been the best player, do you think, from the first half? There's been a couple couple of Townsville players who have been knocking down the three-pointers. The Sydney Uni Flames struggled a little bit early on, especially in the first quarter, but they tightened things up in the second, and they had a couple of very key contributors in the second term.
Yeah, look, you sort of can't go past Heel and Nicholson for Townsville, but I really like what Steph Reed's doing too. She comes in and she nails those open shots. She's found the open man quite a few times, and on that last play into Akuso just before the half, little alley-oop pass allowing her that easy lay-in. So I'm really loving Steph Reed's game at the moment. And for Sydney, Lauren Scherf, as we mentioned, doing a great job. And Alison Swagmeyer, what can you say about her? Like 3 or 4 end-to-end plays, couple of steals. She's loving it out there.
Lauren Scherf's had 13 points, 4 rebounds as well, and that's contributed to the overall count of rebounds for Sydney. They've had 20 to 13 in the first half, 12 of them offensive to the Townsville's 5. A lot of that has come because early in the match they were missing a couple of easy shots from two-point range and getting those offensive rebounds, but they were making those rebounds count as they were hitting the scoreboard with a bit more luck in the second term.
Yeah, and I think that's probably going to be the message from Katrina Hibbert at half-time. We've got to make all those easy shots count, and we can't afford to be missing those layups inside. You know, every layup counts, and we have to start making them. But I do like the way that their defence became a little bit more aggressive. They upped the tempo there and pegged back the lead from Townsville, and now we've got a 4-point game.
Free throw percentage pretty good for both, 89 to 83. Only a couple that were missed early on by Sydney, but they've been pretty clinical both sides from the stripe.
Yeah, look, they've both had high percentage shots from the stripe, so there's not a lot to sort of criticise there. Rebounds 24-16 Sydney's way, which will explain all the offensive rebounds and all the few missed shots there early on. Turnovers pretty much similar there. Assists similar as well. Steals similar as well. So yeah, we've got a good ball game on our hands.
Well, this game tonight is the sole game. Normally we are going to have double headers right throughout the course of the WNBL season, sometimes triple headers as well, but the earlier game tonight, Southside and the Adelaide Lightning, was postponed, as will the next 2 games after tonight. Adelaide was scheduled to play on Thursday and on Sunday. It comes in relation to the COVID-19 cluster that has just broken out in South Australia. Paul Maley is the Basketball Australia GM of basketball, and he's with us at WNBL HQ to give us a bit more of a detail and enlighten us a bit more on what's going to happen and what this means for the WNBL season. Paul Maley, thank you for joining us.
No worries, Jordan. Thanks for having me.
Can you talk us through the specifics of today's announcement? Southside and the Adelaide Lightning postponed, and the Lightning's next couple of fixtures also postponed.
Yeah, so obviously this is in relation to the ruling from Queensland on what's happening in South Australia. And obviously Queensland Health needs to take some measures to keep things under control and keep Queensland safe, which we absolutely respect and support. But the determination was that anybody who came in from November 9th, I believe, onwards needed to do 2 weeks of quarantine. So what that means is the Adelaide Lightning indeed arrived on the 9th, on the morning of the 9th. We work closely with Queensland Health to see if there was any way to sort of look at the timelines and so that the Adelaide Lightning would not have to do quarantine, but in the end they do. And again, we certainly respect the decision of Queensland Health and happy to work with them. So what that means is they have another 7 days remaining to do in quarantine, which takes us to Monday, the 23rd of November. And in that time, we have 3 games that we then need to reschedule, or and that's what we're working on now, is the best fixture solution to deal with this.
Paul, obviously it's really disappointing for the Adelaide Lightning players with the possibility, well, that they're going to miss 3 games or postpone 3 games. What are you doing in terms of support for the girls and the team?
It's an excellent question, Trace, and thank you. Yeah, that is primary amongst our concerns, is the welfare of the Adelaide team. There are at least 5 players, I believe, who actually hail from Victoria and have just had to do a 2-week in-hotel quarantine. And so the prospect of going back into quarantine is obviously, not what they would choose, let's say. So what we're working to do is just provide a lot of mental health support, making sure we're working with Queensland Health to provide the opportunity for the team to continue training whilst they serve out the remaining 7 days of quarantine. which would be similar to what we did for the 3 teams from Victoria while they had their 2 weeks of quarantine. So training in a biosecure environment, and then even things like just making sure that they have exercise equipment in their rooms, and talking to them about other things that they, would help keep them occupied and feeling like they've got the support. So definitely working with the team themselves, with the Adelaide Lightning, but also with the Players Association, and trying to provide as much support as possible.
So, Paul, are you confident that that because there will be a bit of a lag now with Adelaide not playing in the next week, that they'll still be able to come back match fit, ready to go? They won't lose the rhythm of their system. Is there any concern at all about the sporting balance of the league in the next week or so?
Oh, look, I mean, it's something that clearly has to be managed, but I do think that Adelaide, they have an excellent coach in Chris Lucas. He will make the absolute most of the time on court during the next 7 days for preparation. They've got a cohort of players that's obviously playing some good basketball and an exciting brand of basketball. And so this pause, whilst not anticipated and not to anybody's liking in an ideal situation, is something I think that the Lightning will deal with exceptionally well. And they have some fantastic talent that right now has gelled. So I'd back them to keep that going.
The Lightning have already played matches now inside this currently ongoing 14-day incubation period. What does it mean for the players and the officials who have already come into contact with the Adelaide players in this time?
What we're waiting on now is the test results. So we immediately had the entire traveling party tested today, and we expect to receive those results. Well, we don't know exactly, you can't say exactly, but as quickly as possible, and hopefully tomorrow. If the results are all negative, then everyone that they've played and come into contact with has no concerns. So that's what we're hoping for, is all clean results, and then everybody else remains unaffected.
Paul, I was just having a look at the fixture before, and Adelaide have got a really tough run home. They've got 5 games in the last 7 days in the lead into the finals. Are you confident that the postponed games can be rescheduled without too much disruption to the rest of the league?
Well, it is. There's no doubt it's a challenge, Tracy. It's it's a condensed period to start with, so there's no getting around the fact that it's not going to be easy. But Mark Quinn, our head of operations, has already been looking at possible solutions, potentially moving teams around, and looking to sort of spread that load over the remaining 3 weeks, not just say in the last 10 days or so. So we're looking for the best possible solution, but there's no doubt, because we're running a hub to begin with and a condensed season, it makes it quite challenging.
Would the season, is there any risk of it maybe going over its planned December 20 finish, or will it all be condensed within that duration?
Well, nothing's ruled out. That is something we would like to avoid, if at all possible. We'd like to keep to the same final schedule. However, we want to look at every possible solution.
Paul, it's a significant announcement today, but thank you very much for joining us and sharing a bit more information about what it all means.
Now, thank you both. Appreciate you having me here, and just encourage everybody to keep watching the games. They've been fantastic, and it's the 41st consecutive season of one of the best basketball leagues in the world, and we are rapt to be running it, and still incredibly appreciative of the support from the Queensland State Government.
So there you go, Paul Maley, the GM of Basketball Australia, talking about the postponed game earlier tonight, South Side, the Flyers against the Adelaide Lightning. That'll be at a later date. In what has been a pretty significant day, Tracy Browning, here at WNBL HQ, KO Sports, the Chemist Warehouse season. We'll get the second half underway in just a moment, but on top of the announcement of the postponement, which came in only a couple of hours before the previous game was due to start, we also had earlier in the morning the announcement of the new collective bargaining agreement, the first ever in the WNBL's 41-year history, which is a significant step in this sports step into the modern era.
Look, it's a great day for the WNBL and for Basketball Australia to get this collective bargaining agreement established, and what it means is that it's minimum professional standards and it elevates women's basketball in Australia so that they can, in terms of minimum wage and minimum wage rises over the next 3 years for not only contracted players but for development players as well. It's around improved healthcare, private health insurance, physiotherapy services. So any essential services that allows our players to perform at their optimum level at the elite level. It's a great day. And there's also the culture and community player education and engagement component, which I know is very special to Basketball Australia and the WNBL's hearts, especially the players. So yeah, it's a great day, and well done by Lauren Jackson and her team at Basketball Australia for making this happen.
Just before the second half begins, what do you think it means for the future of the league and our players coming through from the pathways up to the elite level?
Well, it just gives them that element, a little bit more support, a step up to the next level of professionalism, and it's also helps us be recognised as one of the best leagues in the world. Even though we know that we already are, this is just that next level of professionalism and sets us in good stead for the future and for future players.
How much of an impact do you think this was, or how much of an impact do you think Lauren Jackson had on doing this now that she's coming to her role at Basketball Australia?
Look, Lauren Jackson has had a massive impact in getting this done, but look, this is also the culmination of a lot of years' work for many present and past WNBL players as well. So it's a collective group that's made it happen, as everything is in a team sport, as we know. So a big tick for LJ and Basketball Australia, but also to the many people that have put effort into this.
A fantastic day for WNBL basketball, for women's basketball in Australia, with the collective bargaining agreement announced, the first ever in the league's 41-year history. So that sets up the future for women's basketball at the top level, and will filter all the way down through as well for those players coming through. Right, a couple of moments before the start of the second half. It's a 4-point lead for Townsville at the main break. It's been a scoreline that has yo-yoed throughout the match. Townsville have opened up 9 and 10-point leads, and then the Sydney Uni Flames got it back into 2 points. What are we looking for here in the second half, Tracy Browning?
I'd like to see Sydney come out in some swarming, aggressive, full-court defence to start the half, set the tone of the half, and let's just see what happens from there, and the offence should flow.
Which are the players that you'll be looking out for here?
I'll be looking for Lauren Scherf to continue her scoring, and also Alison Swagmeyer. She's got a bit of a hot hand as well. But also too, I suppose Shyla Heal is always a scoring machine, always has to be contained. Lauren Nicholson as well. Let's just see how it all pans out.
Away we go for the third quarter. The Townsville Fire in the orange, Sydney in the navy blue.
And here we are, Sydney getting up in the lanes.
Good start for Sydney.
And made it work. Bit of aggressive defence, team defence, always gets everybody going. Good way to start.
Winning back possession right from the off, Lauren Mansfield. Here's Schwegmeyer-Belger. Out to Mansfield. Burton went across to Maley. Schwegmeyer-Belger now working her way through the path. Drops it in.
Nice little crossover move there in the middle of the key. Found the open gap and nicely laid it in.
12 points for Schwegmeyer-Belger. She's, I think, just about scored all of her points through that way. The layup to the basket.
Well, while it's working, you keep doing it.
Here goes Heal, kicks it out, smart pass, looking for Payne, won't go. Her three-point luck from the first quarter hasn't really carried through past the half. Mansfield beckons Schwegmeyer-Belger towards her. Scherf, Maley, Mansfield. Into Scherf again, powers through.
Nice move there by Lauren Scherf. She's got her confidence up now. She's got 15 points, leading scorer for the game.
Nadine Payne to Murray. Burton standing off for the time being. Back to Murray again. Oh, she lost her handle. She gets it back.
Oh.
1 second left and she gets it in.
It's not often you do a little foot dribble in the middle of the key, then pick it up and lay it in with your left hand. I like it.
It would have been sweating.
Good stuff.
The Fire stopped the Flames on that end. Payne.
Oh, good strong move there. Drew the D. Unfortunately didn't drop. Oh, was that a charge?
It might have been. She threw out an elbow. You can see here on Annalie Maley. Oh no, it was an arm, but might have been a charge. I thought for a moment the elbow went out.
It was a good, strong move. You'd like to think the referees are in a better position than we are.
Score for score to start the third term. Scherf leads all comers with 15 so far. Schwegmeyer Belger, Burton. Now Mansfield, left-handed, pulled up from 3, doesn't go. Nicholson down the floor, smart ball, heel, bounces off the back of the rim. Maley with plenty of verve the other way. Scherf holds it up, she finds the gap. How's that? Doesn't get the shot, does get the free throw visit. That was nimble from Lauren Scherf.
Very nimble. Well, like I said, she's got her confidence up now, and this is really good to see. We've been waiting for Lauren Scherf to sort of develop her game to a point where she can be a consistently big scorer, consistent contributor. Hopefully this is a season.
First is Goods for the 24-year-old Lauren Scherf. Originally from Melbourne.
It's hard to believe she's only 24. It feels like she's been around for a very long time.
That visit ties the scores. Nicholson here for the home sides. Townsville, their first game at Townsville Stadium this season. Payne puts the pain on.
She's feeling it too. She's up to 14 points.
Almost all of her attempts have come from three-point range. Scherf again. Tries to body up Mackay. Payne keeps it alive. Stolen back Mansfield's. Scherf again. Bit of luck always involves.
Always a bit of luck. Always need a bit of luck.
You have to create your own luck as well, though, so...
That's right.
Must credit the positioning.
Yep, Scherf put herself in the position to get that layup.
Everything really is set up for a tight second half. Hill trying to spin her way through the paint. Rolls out kindly to the teammate.
Nice look.
Nicholson gets it in after Murray picked it back up. Now Mansfield's. Scherf again. How does she go from out long? Dips it back inside to Burton. Looks like it came off a foot.
Probably wasn't the best spacing there for Burton, but hopefully we get to see her affect the scoreboard a little bit more.
Heel trying to work her way to the bucket. Kicks the advertising hoardings on the way through.
Probably might have tried to force that one a little bit. The drive was on, but probably didn't really have anywhere to go.
The defense in this game has been so fascinating to watch. It's been tight all the way through.
Yeah, both teams are trying to take away the space there offensively. And I like the way Sydney have come out aggressively on D this half.
Lauren Mansfield.
All right, back to the far again, get the far hands. Fireball.
So Lauren Mansfield's free throw came as a result of that technical foul you just saw at the end of Charlotte Hill's last drive. She kicked the advertising signings, which she got a tech for. James Cook University won't like that. That was their board. So a 2-point ball game. Mansfield's. Burton to Mansfield, back to Burton. Little hand on the way through. Heel tries to wrestle through it with Annalie Maley.
Just couldn't quite get a handle on that then, Heel. Good contest.
We've gone just over 4 minutes of game time in the third quarter. Looks like already the Townsville Fire have got themselves up to 14 fouls in this term. So they're flirting with it a bit.
And I think that's going to make a difference if either team get into the bonus in this quarter. Both teams have been able to get themselves to the line quite freely and both shooting from the foul line with a high percentage. So the foul count's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, identical numbers on the free throw count. 8 from 9 for both sides. Schwagmeyer-Belger, marked closely by Nicholson. Tries to work it off. Burton to Scherf.
That's a great look there by Schwagmeyer, finding the open man.
A long 2 for Scherf.
Scherf's up to 21 points, leading all scorers.
Crusoe to Nicholson off the back of the iron. That was looking good almost. Mansfield has to pick herself up in the backcourt. She's got it here now. The co-captain. Into Scherf. Good reeling from Scherf. Good pass. It just won't go for Burton.
And that's another one of those missed opportunities from close in inside there by Burton. We really need to make those.
Is there a foul in the back play here? And that is the 5th foul for Townsville, so into bonus territory now. Here goes Schwagmeyer-Belger. Scherf. Maley. Schwagmeyer-Belger again. Close defense. Mansfield in space. Got it before the clock, but couldn't get it to go. Maley with the offensive rebound. That won't go either.
And another missed easy opportunity. Sydney got to be better at finishing off.
Nicholson kicks it out to Woods. Standing start. Mansfield got a hand in. Comes up for Hill though. Steps back from 3. Aired it out.
I think both teams are playing a little sloppy basketball at the moment. Time to sort of see a timeout there. Probably a good time to do it. Regroup a little bit. Get your offense sorted. Have a bit of a chat about some plays.
Lauren Scherf, 21 points so far tonight. She's a long way in front now as far as scoring leaders go. She's had a good night. She's had plenty of looks underneath the bucket. Had a long 2 before, which just showed her range. Some of the best from Lauren Scherf, and she's pulled down a lot of rebounds as well, which they had plenty of in the first half.
And that's a big, strong move in there. Great to see her playing so well.
She's given the front court of Townsville plenty of things to think about. Tina Wakuso and Megan Mackay being the ones most closely marked to Lauren Scherf. Next best for Sydney, Schwagmeyer-Belger with 12. And then for Townsville, Payne 14 and Hill 13 as far as points are concerned. 6 rebounds as well for Annalie Maley. She leads the way there. For all comers.
She's such a fierce competitor, Annalie Maley. I think as the game gets down to the wire, we're going to see some good physicality from her.
Sydney on the ball. Here is Maley. Mansfield. Scherf. Maley made the run through. Drew the contact, no score.
That was a great look there by Scherf. Almost a hospital pass. She managed to...
It's actually a pretty good handle from Maley.
Control it, yeah. And goes to the line. Townsville in the bonus.
Yep. Two here for Maley.
As much as I like the tumbleweed tactic, perhaps we should try cheering. Yeah, here we go.
It's the Flames in front here. just the one from the visit.
Each foul shot, is going to become more and more crucial as this game goes on.
Absolutely, the Flames do lead. First time they've done that tonight. From the corner, Nicholson.
And if Nicholson starts finding her range this half.
Just a long two from that shot. Schwagmeyer-Belger, busy, as is Mansfield's. Scherf is free.
Well, Scherf's obviously feeling confident enough to take that long three, and she can shoot those. Probably just not on target just that time.
But only hit one in the previous 2 games heading into tonight, Lauren Scherf. Understandable, being a forward. Don't get too many looks on the outside. 21 points tonight, though, for Lauren Scherf. Mackay. Lauren Nicholson here. Trying to muscle her way past. No good for Townsville.
Great boards again there by Maylee. The outlet pass to Schwagmeyer.
Steps back, was a toe on the line, it won't matter.
Great boards from Burton.
Mansfield. Doesn't keep it in. Good crowd at Townsville Stadium tonight. Of course, there will be free seats because of social distancing. No stadium in Australia is able to get the full capacity, but this is a good turnout for Townsville's first home game, the true home game of the season.
Yeah, and they've got 8 of their remaining 12 games at home, Townsville, so that's got to be a big advantage for them, and hopefully we'll see some sellout crowds every week.
4 in a row coming up next. Southside is the next one. We'll chat about that later on. Still focused on this game though. 1 point in it, Townsville. Here goes Shyla Hill down the floor. Wriggles her way past Mansfield. Kuso. No chance of having a look from 3. Woods. It's a good pass. Akuso's there. Got it from Payne. Made it count.
That's a great find there to Akuso. Easy lay in.
Gee, what a take that was from Maylee. Caught the wild pass from Mansfield and then she drops it in as well.
She's such an athlete, Annalee Maylee, and you know, athleticism and desire are things you can't teach a person, and she's got both of those in spades.
Akuso looking to put a streak together. Draws the contacts. Annalee Maylee, 7.7 rebounds. Perhaps a double-double on the cards. She is by far the closest as well. Lauren Scherf needs 5 more rebounds to get her double-double. Seven from 11 heading into today from the stripe for Zatina Akuso. This is the second. 7 points for the night.
2 minutes to play, just under 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. 2-point ball game.
Here's Bogue. Maylee into the corner, Mansfields. Quick ball movement to Scherf. Throws it up, rolls out.
There's bodies banging everywhere under the ring there.
Another one hits the floor. Here goes Heel. Rainbowed that one, didn't go in.
Great boards, Lauren Scherf. She's getting it done at both ends of the floor tonight.
Mansfield throws it up. She hits the floor as well. It has been a gritty encounter. Heel finds Akuso. Quick end-to-ends. Akuso drops it in.
Great pushing it up the floor then from Heel, and great running from Akuso. And this is what Townsville have been doing in their first few games. They've been pushing it up the floor at every single opportunity, and it's paid off for them.
Shyla Heels played just shy of 28 minutes. So pretty much on the court the whole time.
Yeah, and Townsville they've got another game against the Southside Flyers on Thursday, who have actually had a bit of a break tonight because they didn't get to play. So player management for Townsville Fire is actually quite important tonight.
So Hill comes off, Steph Reid back on. At the guard position. Here she is, guarding Mansfield for Sydney. Bode caught a hand on the way through. Scherf just a bit too difficult for her with the spin.
Those sponsor signs are taking a bit of a beating down there. And Mailer gets herself to the line again.
Yeah, so she'll put herself right on the brink here. The double-double.
Double.
One almost looked a little short, bounced in though.
Two for two.
And a 2-point lead. Crusoe tries to drive past Scherf, threw it up.
And we like to see those good, strong drives from Akuso. She can take it to the hoop. She's got to keep doing that, and they'll start to drop or draw the foul.
Bode the infringer there. Nicholson trying to squeeze past. Crusoe goes to the floor. Nicholson keeps on going.
Beautiful little step-around move there from Nicholson. I think she might have been looking for Akuso on the two-man game there, but found herself on her own and managed to finish off nicely.
Shot clock is off here for Sydney. Schwagmeyer-Belger. She'll try and use up all the time. Throws it up. Won't go. So as we were at halftime, Townsville Fire leading by 4 points against Sydney. With 1 quarter to go, Chemist Warehouse WNBL season. It has been great basketball so far. And we've got 1 grandstand quarter to go. Tracy Browning, the expert voice this evening, WNBL, as we work our way through now into the last quarter. What have you liked? What did you like in that third quarter? That was competitive all the way through from start to finish, Tracy.
It was very competitive, and I really liked the way Sydney came out in trapping aggressive defence. And when you do that and you play good aggressive team defence, then your offence starts flowing. And Lauren Scherf again had a couple of big plays in that quarter. Alison Swagmeyer again. And it's been good to see them come back. And also we see Townsville now in a bit of foul trouble. So this is going to be interesting last quarter, how they manage that. But obviously we'll see Charlotte Hill start the last quarter. But yeah, we're in for a ripper, 4-point ball game.
Lauren Nicholson, 12 points. She had more of an impact in that third quarter. And Zatino Crusoe also stepping up. She had a visit a couple of times to the free throw line. She's on 9 points. We have a look at those two in particular. Lauren Nicholson, she can do it from any range.
Yes, she can. She's one of those players that she finds some space for herself in there when she drives to the hoop, but she's also a fantastic three-point shooter, so you can't leave her out on her own.
And Zatino Crusoe, who was probably being, well, she was outplayed in the first half by Lauren Scherf, who's had a great night so far, but she made her own contributions in the third term.
Yeah, she's finding her feet a little bit out there and gaining more and more confidence as the game goes along. And I think her physicality is going to be crucial down the stretch for Townsville.
How does Shannon Seabom manage the minutes now in this last quarter? Charlotte Hill, we saw, came off with about a minute to go in the thirds. This is, you want to keep your best players out there because this is a close game and a vital win on the line.
It is a close game, but you know, you've also got to get your rotations happening, and I'm a little bit surprised that Kate Gaze hasn't seen any court time as yet. She's a fantastic three-point shooter and a really strong, experienced WNBL player. A couple of championships with Townsville over the years, so you know, maybe we'll see some more guard rotation this quarter.
Normally been pretty close games between these two. 9 points the last time these sides met. Townsville 83-76 over Sydney. And before that, a 4-point back in December of last year, almost 12 months ago, 61-57. So we've passed that mark as far as the total scores go at the three-quarter time break. Start of the last. Mansfield Gets a screen, continues to drive. Just a slight hand there from Steph Reid made it that little bit more difficult for Mansfield.
Nice little hesitation move there by Mansfield, but yeah, just couldn't get it to go. Good defence.
Here is Okuso. And Nicholson. Payne getting to the inside, kicks it out. Reid keeps it alive. Clock winding down. Woods off the lip and in.
What a move. Courtney Woods. Yeah, Steph Reid did well to keep that ball in bounds in.
Schwagmeyer Belger. Kept in close check by Nicholson. Burton gets the contact from Okuso.
I'd like to see Burton get a little bit more involved on the score sheet here. She's been a little bit quiet. And interestingly, Townsville haven't started with heel, so they've chosen to give her a little bit more break.
Just the 2 points for Nat Burton after she had 12 in Sydney's last. Here she is. Goes inside to Greaves. Good take back from Okuso. Had to fight hard for that.
And there we see again Okuso's strength, ripping down that board. Steph Reid's doing a great job out there. Love her handles on the ball, draws the fouls. Probably a bit of an unnecessary foul there. But then again, both teams are up in each other's grills.
Woods the inbound to Reid. Now Nicholson, double team. Reid with the fake, pulls up at the strike.
Oh, what a shot. Great fake passing there.
Fooled them all, Steph Reid.
Easy right-hand lay-in. That's beautiful.
And the Fire just open up a buffer. Multiple score game now. 8 points the difference. And they managed to get the stop there as well, the Fire.
It's another little easy lay-in missed by the Flames. Pretty costly.
No good, Nicholson. Schwagmeyer Belger gets stopped.
Draws the contact, probably.
Yeah, it's a bit light.
Yeah, a little bit soft, I would say, but yeah, not much in that. Not much in that at all.
Puts Nicholson in some foul trouble now. She's got 4.
And Shannon Seabom's taking her straight out.
Yeah, play it safe.
Yep.
Clock running down for Nakasoglu. Need to get a shot off here. Scherf, or the hand came in from Mackay. That's great defence from Townsville. Heel back in. Let's fly from outside.
That was great D there from Nicholson.
Mainly trying to twist and turn. Whistle goes.
Offensive foul on Scherf. Probably not too much in that one either.
No. The last couple have been a little soft from the officials. 1 or 2 just at the end of the third quarter as well, which are dubious. Generally, though, it's been a well-officiated game.
Might ask the coaches and see if they agree with you.
Oh. get polar opposite answers there. Here goes Payne. Won't sink, comes back out to Woods, who has a shot this time. Great result for Townsville. Courtney Woods.
Courtney Woods is loving it. Love the little celebration after a big shot like that. Love seeing that, and well deserved too. It was a great shot.
10 points for the night, Courtney Woods. She's going at 100% from the floor. So an 11-point lead for Townsville. This is their largest lead of the game.
Sydney got a bit of work to do here to claw their way back.
Yeah, they kept well, they were nose to nose with Townsville all the way through the third quarter, and now the Fire have just opened things up here. Katrina Hibbert.
You've got to sprint to the screen, take the defender. If the defender's not there, you've got to actually do something with it. Remember, one bounce, explore, split, or kick it on or throw back. And then let's get out of it. All right, stop the way.
I think what Katrina Hibbert was trying to say there is we get through our offence, we've got 2 or 3 options. If one's not on, kick it out, get it to someone else. If that's not on, make the extra pass and get that open shot. And I think too, Sydney have got to make every bucket count here. You know, they can't be missing those easy shots under the hoop. It's just way too costly.
Woods into double digits in the points, 10 points. Shyla Hill, 13. Nadine Payne, 14 for those on the floor for Townsville. Nakasoglu tries to hair back the other way. Bogue. Mansfield, standing start. Maley thought about it, went for it, won't get it.
Might not have been the greatest shot option there, but Maley can make those. She's obviously confident enough.
Here's Hill, steps back, long 2, doesn't go.
Another great board by Annalie Maley.
Keeps looking Shyla Hill. Mansfield's goes around, the hand in there. Got it back though, Sydney. Nakasoglu tried to split the difference, lost the handle, and then fighting for it, Steph Reed's.
Great hustle by Steph Reed.
So 11 points for the Fire. Here goes Reed.
Yep.
Heel going all the way to the bucket, throws it up, it goes over. Mackay unsuccessful. Mansfield's got to get some points in now, Sydney. Long range effort, Scherf.
Beautiful shot from Lauren Scherf. She is on fire tonight.
Just had that toe behind the line, so the 3 points. Hill got a hand in. Woods to Reed. Heel kicks it out to Reeds. Back to Heel, gets the contact. That'll be a charge though.
Yeah, and that's good defence by the Flames. They anticipated Heel drive there.
Good grounding from Bogue.
Good D. So Sydney need to break this full court press now, this pressing defence, get the ball up the other end and get a couple of good looks. Something just under 5 minutes to play.
Nakasoglu, high defence, Townsville. 8-point difference.
Another great drive by Schwagmeyer. Oh, just couldn't finish it.
Payne didn't want to go. Reid from the corner.
And nails it, Steph Reid.
Steph Reid is having a night.
And she's loving it out there. She's definitely going to be a star of the future, Steph Reid.
She's into double points as well, 11 for Steph Reid. Joins Heel, Woods and Payne in that category.
And that's a great little point spread for Townsville. Evenly spread around 4 or 5 players in double points. That's what you want. It's perfect.
The layup from Swagmeyer-Belger was good too.
She's played a lot of minutes, Swagmeyer. She's had 2 or 3 different people guarding her. She's got to be feeling it.
Mackay, sharp ball into Payne. She's played 31 minutes, Swagmeyer-Belger. So she's been on the bench for maybe 5 minutes all up.
Yeah, it's not a lot of break, is it?
No.
And particularly when you've got, you know, the better defenders on you. She's had a lot of pressure on her tonight. She's done so well.
Payne into Mackay, underneath, won't go, again gets the contact.
Good look inside from Payne to Mackay. Drew the defence, get to the line. Wasn't too bad a defence there by Scherf, just dropped her arm in at the last second.
Rattles out for Mackay. Gets the seconds.
So 10 points the difference. We've still got ourselves a ball game here. There's plenty of time left.
Mansfield's Scherf looking to go. Just overcooked it a little bit. The foul comes.
And that's pretty brave there by Steph Reid to put her body in the way of Scherf there. Great D.
Timeout calls. So 3.5 minutes to go in this game, and Townsville again, like they did in the first half, Tracy have opened up a 10-point leads. You see the Townsville girls banding together. What's Sydney's message though? They've got quite a bit of ground to make up with 3:24 left.
Yeah, look, there's still plenty of time. And, you know, they come out, they play some good offence, they get a few good looks, they might make a couple of threes, then we're right back into 4 points. You know, it's not impossible. It is a big task. Townsville have got the upper hand at the moment, but Sydney just got to find a way.
Laura Nicholson back on the court. She's in foul trouble with 4. Carly Bogus 4 as well. Lauren Scherf leads the way, 24 points. Way ahead of the next best in Nadine Payne and Alison Swagmeyer-Belger with 14.
Turn a corner, get at the rim, see the rotations, dump it. Right, if not, we're in our 5 outs. That's 5. Strong side, backside, or go denied. And then get on the rim. We've got this way. Come on, we are.
Get 3 in the post. Get number 3 in the post.
So the home crowd getting into this last few minutes here.
Lauren Nicholson.
Unfortunately, Sydney allowed that pass into the middle there, negating up the pressure D.
Reeds steps back for 2. Another board for Maley. 11 for the night. Swagmeyer-Belger to Scherf, turns her way into the open space, and we'll get a visit.
All right, so she needs to make both these shots here. And you would expect to see them up pressing full court. trying to get a steal. Get it back to 5-6.
Must make both counts. Doesn't get the first. Lauren Scherf, one of a few blemishes for the night.
Yeah, she's been extraordinarily good tonight. Hasn't missed too many.
Second one's all right. Less than 3 minutes to go in Townsville. Payne tries to work her way through. Maley again was underneath it.
Great boards there by Maley during the foul. I think Nadine Payne might have tried to force that last shot a little bit. She didn't really have anywhere to go and just sort of threw it up at the end. Maley's waiting there for the boards.
Clearly against Nadine Payne, despite her protests. And so both teams now in the bonus territory. And Annalie Maley about to hit a double-double.
Commentators curse.
I'll stay quiet for the second. There it is.
And hits it.
10 points, 12 rebounds for Annalie Maley.
She's had a great game tonight.
Superb stuff on offense and defense for Maley. Heel on 4 fouls. Payne. Back to Heel again. Clock running down. Kicks it out. Reed has to go from the corner. And the pick up again from Scherf. Schwegmeyer-Belger has to score on this visit.
That's okay. Drew the defense, gets herself to the line. She's been so good at creating contact during the defense tonight. It's a big task, but if she makes both of these, Sydney press up, get a steal or two, a couple of quick buckets, right back in it.
First one again doesn't go for Sydney.
It's not going to happen, is it?
What if we keep talking about it? It won't. Unsuccessful from both for Schwegmeyer-Belger. She's been so busy and so good everywhere else. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. And now Townsville down the other end through Heel. Schwegmeyer-Belger getting herself involved at either end.
She did well to get back there and get herself in a position where she could almost steal it, but yeah, a bit of a hand in at the end there.
Lauren Nicholson, I beg your pardon. Good from the first, Nicholson.
And the second. And she's up to 14.
Successful first visit to the free throw line for Lauren Nicholson tonight. 10 points again. Mansfields. Burton. Schwegmeyer-Belger. Threw it up, wouldn't go. Comes back out to Mansfields.
Fantastic, fantastic boards there by Burton. Good vision out to Mansfield for that long-range 3.
Now to consolidate it, make the defense count. Shyla Heel, 90 seconds to go.
Now Townsville are going to run the ball around, get it through as many sets of hand as possible, take some time off the clock.
Payne off the back iron. Maley again comes up with it.
She's such a competitor.
Schwegmeyer-Belger. Into the paints. Twisting one way, rolls in.
That was really nice D there by Steph Reed, but Schwegmeyer just a little bit too tall for her, made a great move.
Keeps it alive, 5 points. 68 seconds to go in the match. What does Katrina Hibbert do here for Sydney?
Well, you know, I think all they can really do is just get out there and play as hard as they possibly can on D and take that first opportunity, that first good look that they get, take every opportunity.
A stack of basketball coming up for our WNBL teams in this North Queensland hub. Give us a show of hands. Who's coming Thursday to the Southside game? Yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, make sure you get here. That'll be a tough game. These girls are ready to go. We'll get this one done first, then we'll back it up with 2 in a row. Then we got Bendigo on the weekend. But we're going to finish off right now. We got 1 minute left. 9-point lead. The good music's playing. Let's party, ladies and gents. Let's go. Come on now. Now listen.
So this is not impossible, Jordan.
Who do they look to here? Who's the player? Whose moment is this for Sydney?
Well, going by the game so far, it's probably got to be Schwagmeyer. Or if they can get Scherf open down in the low block and get her a good pass in there, maybe a 2-man game. But I'd say it's probably got to be Schwagmeyer.
Yeah, she's got the best percentage on the floor at the moment for Sydney with 53.
That Mansfield can knock down those long-range twos and threes as well, so they've got a couple of options here.
Just the 6 points for Mansfield tonight. A 5-0 scoring run here, Sydney. So they've had the best of the last couple of minutes.
They've absolutely got to get a stop here.
Here's Reid for Townsville. They lead by 5. Less than a minute now. Gill will chew some time off the clock. So will Nicholson. Close defence. Lost the handle. Shot clock down to 2. Defense
Almost a steal by Maley. That was good swarming defence there by the Flames. They're still in it, they're still alive, still 43 seconds to go. So I'd say they come down and run a play for a quick 3 from either Schwagmeyer or Mansfield. First best available 3-pointer.
Schwagmeyer Belger, 16 points tonight. Lauren Scherf, 25 points. She's gone a bit quiet after half-time.
Yeah, she has gone a bit quiet after half-time, but I suppose Townsville probably made that defensive adjustment in the keyway there. She was a big contributor in the first half, and they've managed to shut her down.
Shannon Seabohm addressing the troops. This would be win number 2 for Townsville. Had that 73 to 48 point win against Perth in Mackay back in game number 1.
Game number 1 feels like 3 weeks ago, doesn't it? With all the action we've had just in week 1.
It's all on Sydney now. 43.4 left on the clock. And they trail by 5.
Yeah, there's just a couple of possessions left here, maybe 2 or 3 possessions left.
Definitely doable. Nakasoglu with the inbounds. Maley. Back to Nakasoglu. She likes the 3. Just keeps it in along the baseline. Shot clock down to 5. Schwagmeyer Belger underneath and makes it count. And we'll stop again for a moment. So bonus points here coming up for Townsville. Good from Nicholson. Getting both of these could effectively end it.
I'd say that would have sealed it had that gone in. Just need to get a quick shot up here.
Still alive here for Sydney. Schwegmeyer-Belger driving. Gets the layup again to go. She's come up big twice now, Schwegmeyer-Belger.
That's a huge play there from Schwegmeyer. She's been driving that keyway relentlessly tonight, and it's worked beautifully for her.
Down the stretch, the 30-year-old from Illinois, keeping Sydney alive. And yet again, after trailing by 10 points earlier in the quarter, just like in the second, Sydney have chiseled their way back. 16.8 seconds. Is it enough?
Totally, it's enough.
How do they try and work the fouls here? Sydney, free throws. If they are to come up, who are you trusting?
For Sydney?
Yep.
Schwegmeyer, isn't it? She's been the go-to player all game. She's just taken the game by the scruff of the neck and said, I'm going to make this happen.
And then going back the other way in the opposite situation, who does Sydney want to foul from Townsville, who's the least likely for the Fire?
Oh, I don't know. They can all shoot free throws. I probably wouldn't foul any of the backcourt players, but they're the ones that are most likely to have the ball in their hands, so...
Lauren Nicholson. So here it comes. 12.8 left. Lauren Scherf's fourth foul.
Nicholson up to 16 points. Top scorer for Townsville.
And the second is good as well, so they chose Nicholson and she sinks them both. 4 points of difference as the coaches will ring the changes for the last play or two. Schwegmeyer-Belger down to her, 3 points.
What a shot.
Huge shot from Alison Schwegmeyer-Belger.
She has really kept this game alive in the last couple of minutes. She's refusing to concede.
Just got it in too.
What a shot. Almost willed it in.
So a one possession game either way. Shyla Hill, good. And now they've got to do it again, Sydney.
That's some clutch free throw shooting there from Shyla Hill.
Need the maximum here. Schwegmeyer-Belger, all down to her. Long range. Won't go. Almost had it. It was a long way out.
Almost.
And there you go. The Townsville Fire get the win in the close one. They were downed in a close one the other night against Canberra, but 3-point winners Townsville, 81-78 this Tuesday night in the Chemist Warehouse WNBL.
So there you go, Tracy Browning. What did you make of all of that tonight? 81-78, a close encounter between these two sides, and the Townsville Flames go to 2-1 on the Townsville Fire, beg your pardon, go to 2-1 on the season.
Yeah, look, that was a fantastic game, particularly that last, 5 or so minutes where Sydney just refused to give in. And Townsville deserved that win though. Like they came out aggressively at the start and set the tone with their defence. But what a game from Lauren Scherf from the Flames. Like, she really stepped up tonight. Schwagmeyer was fantastic. And they'll be hurting for that loss, but they'll take away some really positive things out of that, and and it'll put them in good stead for the rest of the season.
Their next game coming up, Townsville, is Southside. So as you said, do have that little break now after tonight's earlier game was postponed. In what is going to be obviously a very close season, and a condensed season means every match is more important than what they had previously been in other years, with fewer games being played. How crucial is it that they bank these wins early on, Townsville?
Oh, absolutely. And as the season goes on, we're going to see some injuries. We're going to see some player management. We're going to see people needing to perhaps sit out, and particularly with the back-to-backs. Like, some of the back-to-backs are less than 24 hours in between games. So player management is going to become very critical as the next few weeks come on. So if you can bank the wins now, now's the time.
Shyla Hill played most of the game tonight, played 35.5 minutes, 15 points, 6 assists on the night, and she's with us here at the end of the game. A 3-point win, Shyla. You missed out on the close one last time against Canberra, but tonight, how good does that feel, winning by 3 points?
Yeah, it's awesome. Having the loss last game was unfortunate, but we bounced back and, yeah, we got the win in the end, which was good.
What was most challenging for you out there? It was close. The Flames, at times you were getting out to 10-point leads, but they would fight their way back. What were you finding most difficult about the challenge tonight against Sydney?
Yeah, they came out, played well. They were really aggressive, so we got to work on playing against that. But yeah, our execution needs to get better each game. But yeah, we'll be good.
Coming up next, you got Southsides, who had the night off tonight after the postponement earlier. So to look ahead again, a short turnaround for a couple of days. How do you guys shape up again? What's Shannon Seabohm? How's he been managing you guys through this period now in a condensed season?
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it all comes down to recovery. So we got to go back to the hotel, do our ice bath, stretching, and then really just nail the scout. Southside are a really strong team, real deep. Obviously, they're the team to beat in this competition. So we've got to really lock in next game and, yeah, try to get the win. Which of
your teammates impressed you the most tonight? You had 15 points, but you had plenty of other scorers on the court tonight. Nicholson had 17. Nadine Payne had 14, Steph Reid had 11, so you spread the points around. Which one of your teammates, do you reckon, had the biggest contribution?
I think we all played well as a team, and that's what we really got to keep doing. Obviously, Loz has been strong every game, but yeah, I think for us it's playing as a team, all doing our roles and doing what Shannon Seabohm's asking us to do, and we'll keep getting wins. And last one, Shyla, is that the message from Shannon Seabohm to spread the points around and to not have just one major scorer? No, he hasn't said that. He's just said everyone needs to play their roles, work together, and yeah, at the end of the day, do their roles and get the win. Excellent stuff, Shyla. Congratulations on the win tonight, 2-1 on the season. Quick turnaround for Southside next, but good luck for the games ahead. Thank you. Shyla Hill tonight with the 15 points, 31% from the floor, 6 assists. We have a look at some of the Chemist Warehouse highlights from the second half here at Townsville Stadium. Tracy Browning, what did you make of the second half in particular? It kind of felt a bit like the first half, with Townsville getting out to a big lead and then Sydney clawing their way back, and in the end the Flames just couldn't get there at the death. Yeah, that's right. Look, I was pretty impressed with Sydney in that second half, the way they came out aggressively to start with. Townsville obviously had a little bit more firepower and managed to sort of claw or get away from Sydney a bit, but then Sydney came back through the likes of Maley and Scherf and Schwagmeyer. Well, what a second half she had, or what a game she had. Some of those clutch shots down the stretch were just absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I think Townsville just had a little bit more firepower and perhaps a little bit more experience at the end of the day. What would Sydney need to do from this game tonight to in their future games? What needs to change? Is it a big change? Is it a minor change for the Flames in their run ahead? Well, I think one of the big things for Sydney that they need to address is they missed a lot of easy buckets, a lot of easy twos in the key, and
And I think perhaps sometimes their defence was a little slow. So they'll have to work on their team D, but particularly, you know, when they get easy shots under the bucket, they've got to make those. They've got to make them count.
Do they need more contributions around the floor? I mean, they had Lauren Sherv with 25, but she sort of went missing a little bit in the second half. Alison Schwegmeyer-Belger probably went the other way, to be fair. She had a few points in the first half, but really made her point count in the second half. Does there need to be more of a four-quarter effort from the individuals from Sydney?
Yeah, like I think I mentioned earlier in the game, I'd really love to see Nat Burton step up a little bit and make a bit of impression on the score sheet. Look, she's an ex-Opal, she's a World Championship player. Like she needs to contribute a little bit more. And Mansfield too, she needs to find her range as well. Like she can shoot those long-range shots. So if those two can contribute a little bit more, I think Sydney would be in pretty good shape.
All the stats here, pretty even right across the boards. The free throws in the end just tipping in the favour of Townsville, 81 to 68%, as you see there. But other than that, it sort of evened up right across the game. Even the rebounds, which was heavily in the favour of the Flames in the first half, it's all ended up pretty much even, as I guess the scoreboard would suggest, being a three-point game.
Yeah, well, look, I think you're right. The free throws tell the story there, don't they? Like it's only a three-point game, and so that's probably another area the Flames can work on during the week. Not during the week. During the next day,
whenever they get off,
they've got another game. Yeah.
Yeah, the next game's coming up, as I said, Southside for Townsville, and then Bendigo. 2 games against Bendigo after that for the Fire. So a tricky one, but then 2 games I'll look at as perhaps being winnable for Townsville, and then Sydney have Adelaide. They would have had Adelaide up next. That game's being postponed, I beg your pardon. That's meant to be for Thursday. So the one after that will be Canberra on Saturday. These are the games coming up, though, league-wide. The Boomers against the Capitals, which should be absolutely fantastic tomorrow. And then the Bendigo Spirit against the Perth Lynx. These 2 sides at the bottom of the WNBL ladder looking to get some much-needed wins on the board. So crucial next 2 games coming up tomorrow night in the Chemist Warehouse WNBL.
Can't wait. It's going to be a cracker week of basketball.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's it for tonight. The Townsville Fire getting the 3-point win over the Sydney Uni Flames.